One day I decided that I wanted to make a volatile dead then a dead build. I looked in my stash and I had one exalt, so you know what? I decided to say let's do this. Now, the entire concept of this video was to try to push a build as far as it can using just one exalt. I broke it into 145 chaos, and that's all I got for the challenge. And after I leveled it to a certain point where it felt like it didn't need any more levels or just didn't need anything else to really function, like gem levels, I started pushing endgame content. And I took it as far as it could go, where either damage or tankiness limited it, and in the end I put together all the results, and that is what we are all about to see. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And that was just about as far as I could push the build. It was kind of getting tough on the Wave 20 Simulacrum, and I had used up 3 portals before I even knew it, just because I couldn't clear all the mobs. So in the end, Wave 19 was the limit. For the most part, bossing on this build is not that great. You really just lack damage, if anything, and having to move around really gimps your damage because you have to stand still for a moment to actually get volatile deads up, as well as detonate deads to go off on the boss. Mapping on this build, however, has been really fun, and it's actually been competing speed-wise to my cast on crit build that I've now poured over 600x into. But the actual tankiness of the build is also pretty surprising, given it's just one exalt. Another nice thing about it is that it delves very, very well, up until around delve 350, where it starts to feel pretty uncomfortable because everything's just so tanky, and again, it's that damage. But the actual tankiness handles delve pretty well up to a relatively low depth. So I think that this build is something I'm going to keep working on and actually put more currency into now. I may end up going with Mage Blood, but that's just something I'll have to see. In the end, I think that this has been a really fun challenge. I think that if the right player had this character, they could probably clear some of the more difficult invitations, or hell, they could even do Maven. but my current skills are not really at that level to clear Maven without dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it at the build where it is, and begin to think up ways to actually put money into this thing. But until next time, take care.